Welcome to another episode of Explained by AI. Today, we're going on a deep dive into the world of quantum-resistant cryptocurrency, and specifically QRL, quantum-resistant ledger. So imagine a future where quantum computers can just crack the codes that are protecting Bitcoin and all the other cryptocurrencies. That's kind of the threat. That QRL is designed to tackle head-on, I think most people know, that popular cryptocurrencies rely on. These math problems that are, pretty difficult for regular computers to solve. But what happens when we have quantum computers with all their power enter the picture?
Yeah, it'd be like upgrading from a bicycle to a spaceship when we're talking about computational power. Yeah. Suddenly all those, tough math problems become, child's play. And that could leave cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin vulnerable.
So how does QRL approach this quantum threat differently? What makes it quantum secure?
Well, QRL uses a different type of cryptography called hash-based cryptography. You can think of a hash function, like a fingerprint for data. So it takes an input and creates a unique fixed size output, and even a tiny change in that input results in a completely different fingerprint. So that makes it incredibly difficult to tamper with data without it being detected.
Okay, I'm following so far. But how does QRL use this to make a quantum-resistant system?
Yeah, so QRL uses a very specific hash-based signature scheme called XMSS, or Extended Merkle Signature Scheme. And that's like a super secure way to digitally sign transactions.
Okay, so instead of relying on those math problems that a quantum computer could eventually crack, QRL uses these digital fingerprints. This secures transactions.
Exactly. XMSS uses what's called a one-time signature approach. So each transaction uses a unique single-use key that is then destroyed after the transaction.
Even if a quantum computer
Yeah.
managed to compromise one key, they couldn't use it to forge other transactions. It's like changing the locks on your house every time you go out.
Yeah, that's a great analogy. It makes XMSS incredibly resilient to attacks, even from a super powerful quantum computer.
That makes sense. But how does QRL handle the issue of scalability as more people use it? Wouldn't all these one-time signatures create a bottleneck?
So to address that, QRL employs a technique called sharding. Imagine dividing a large database into smaller, more manageable chunks. Each shard then operates independently, allowing for parallel processing of transactions, and that boosts the network's overall capacity and speed.
So it's like having multiple checkout lanes at a grocery store instead of just one. It keeps things moving smoothly, even when it gets busy.
That's a good way to visualize it. Sharding allows QRL to handle a high volume of transactions without compromising on speed or efficiency.
This is fascinating. So we talked about XMSS and sharding as key features of QRL's quantum resistance. What else makes this system unique?
Another key aspect is what's called its stateful ledger. So unlike Bitcoin, which only keeps track of transactions, QRL maintains a complete record of every account's current state and balance.
So it's like having a constantly updated snapshot of the entire network.
Exactly. And that makes it much harder for an attacker to tamper with the blockchain. Imagine trying to change a single transaction on Bitcoin's blockchain. It's a massive domino effect. That would be impossible to hide.
But with QRL's stateful ledger, any inconsistencies would be immediately apparent, like having a built-in alarm system that can detect any foul play.
Exactly. So this stateful approach adds an extra layer of protection against attacks, both conventional and quantum.
This sounds really promising. But what are the potential drawbacks? There's always trade-offs, right?
Of course, no system is perfect. One potential drawback is the complexity of managing all those one-time signatures. And maintaining a stateful ledger, it requires more computational resources.
So it's kind of like choosing a high-security vault over a simple lockbox. You get more protection, but at a slightly higher cost.
Yeah, that's a good analogy. QRL prioritizes security above all else, which inevitably involves some trade-offs. But for those seeking the highest level of protection, for their digital assets in a quantum future, QRL offers a compelling solution.
This has been incredibly insightful. I'm starting to see why QRL is considered a leader in the field of quantum-resistant cryptocurrency. But how does this all affect someone like me, someone who might be interested in investing in crypto, but is worried about this quantum threat?
Well, it's all about risk assessment and long-term thinking. Are you comfortable holding crypto that could become vulnerable in a quantum future, or would you rather invest in a system that's designed to withstand this coming storm?
That's a great question to ask yourself. It's like choosing between a house built on sand and a fortress on solid ground. One might be cheaper in the short term, but the other will stand the test of time.
Yeah, the emergence of quantum computing is a paradigm shift, and it's essential to be prepared. And QRL, with its innovative approach to security and scalability, offers a potential safe haven in this evolving landscape.
This has been an eye-opening deep dive into QRL and the world of quantum-resistant cryptocurrency. I'm sure our listeners are eager to learn more.
Yeah, it really is fascinating to see how this whole cryptocurrency landscape is adapting to this new reality.
It's a whole new frontier. So for those who might be hearing about QRL for the first time, can you just break down why it's considered a leader in this space? What sets it apart from the others?
Well, QRL stands out for a few key reasons. First, it boasts a team of experienced developers and cryptographers who are deeply knowledgeable about quantum computing. They really understand the intricacies of this technology and the specific threats it poses to traditional cryptography.
So it's not just a bunch of tech enthusiasts jumping on the latest trend. These are experts who are building for the long haul.
Absolutely. And second, QRL has been in development for several years, undergoing rigorous testing and auditing, and this gives it a level of maturity and reliability that's often missing in newer projects.
So it's not just a theoretical concept. It's a well-established project with the proven track record. That's reassuring.
Exactly. And thirdly, QRL's core value proposition is quantum resistance. The entire platform is designed from the ground up, with this goal in mind.
It's not just an afterthought. It's baked into the DNA of the project. That makes a big difference.
It does. And this unwavering commitment to quantum resistance is what makes QRL a compelling choice for investors seeking a secure and future-proof cryptocurrency.
Yeah, it sounds like they're really ahead of the curve.
Yep.
But let's get practical for a moment. How does using QRL compare to traditional cryptocurrencies in terms of user experience?
Well, QRL is designed to be as user-friendly as possible. Despite the complex cryptography involved, it has a dedicated wallet that allows users to securely store, send, and receive QRL coins.
So it's not just for tech wizards. Anyone can use it.
That's the goal. The wallet is available on multiple platforms, including desktop, mobile, and web, so it's accessible to a wide range of users.
That's great for accessibility.
Yeah.
What about transparency? Can you track your transactions easily?
Absolutely. QRL has a block explorer that allows users to view transaction history and network statistics.
So it's transparent and easy to monitor your activity. Now, one of the common concerns with cryptocurrencies is volatility. How has QRL performed in terms of price stability?
Well, like all cryptocurrencies, QRL's price is subject to market fluctuations. However, it has generally exhibited a relatively stable price history compared to some other cryptocurrencies.
So it's not as prone to those wild swings in value. That's good to know.
Of course, past performance is not indicative of future results, but QRL's focus on long-term security and sustainability could potentially contribute to greater price stability over time.
That's an attractive prospect for investors looking for a more reliable store of value. But let's address the elephant in the room. Quantum computers are still largely experimental, so why should investors be concerned about quantum resistance today?
That's a valid question. It's true that quantum computers aren't yet powerful enough to pose an immediate threat to most cryptocurrencies. However, the field is advancing rapidly.
And it's better to be prepared than caught off guard, right?
Precisely. Investing in a quantum-resistant cryptocurrency like QRL is a proactive step that can safeguard your investments in the long run.
It's like buying insurance before the storm hits. You might not need it today, but you'll be grateful you have it when the time comes.
Exactly. The emergence of quantum computing is a paradigm shift, and it's essential to be prepared. QRL offers a potential safe haven in this evolving landscape.
I'm starting to understand why this is such a big deal. For our listeners who want to dive deeper into QRL, where can they find more information?
Well, the QRL website is a great resource. It provides a wealth of information about the project, including its technology team and roadmap. There's also an active community forum where users can connect and discuss all things QRL.
That's a great way to get involved and learn from others who are passionate about this technology. Now, as we wrap up, I want to emphasize that quantum computing is not just a theoretical concept. It's a real and rapidly advancing technology with the potential to disrupt many industries.
Cryptocurrency is just one of them. The emergence of quantum computers presents both challenges and opportunities, and those who are prepared will be the ones who thrive in this new era.
It's a whole new world out there, and QRL seems to be leading the charge. This has been an eye-opening conversation. Now for our listeners who are interested in exploring this topic further, what's next?
Well, it's crucial to do your own research and due diligence. Explore the QRL website, engage with the community, and come to your own conclusions. The world of cryptocurrency is constantly evolving, and it's an exciting space to be a part of.
Yeah, it's like the Wild West of finance.
Yeah.
but with quantum physics thrown in.
Yeah, a very apt comparison. And just like the early days of the internet, those who are willing to learn and adapt are going to be the ones that reap the rewards.
Absolutely. This deep dive has been a fantastic overview of QRL and the importance of quantum-resistant technologies. I feel like I've gained a much deeper understanding of this complex landscape.
I'm glad to hear that. Knowledge is power, especially in a field as dynamic as cryptocurrency.
Yeah, for sure. Before we wrap up, I want to circle back to a point you made earlier about quantum computing's impact beyond cryptocurrency. It's not just about protecting our digital assets.
No, that's much bigger than that. Quantum computing has the potential to revolutionize fields like medicine materials, science, artificial intelligence, but it also poses these new challenges to cybersecurity and data privacy.
It's like unlocking a Pandora's box of possibilities, both positive and potentially negative.
Exactly. The algorithms we rely on for everything, from online banking to secure communications, could be vulnerable to these quantum attacks.
That's a sobering thought.
Oh,
So it sounds like we need to be thinking about quantum resistance on a much wider scale.
We absolutely do. The development of what's called post-quantum cryptography is crucial, not just for the future of cryptocurrency, but for the security of the entire digital world.
So it's a global challenge that requires collaboration and innovation.
Precisely. And it's a challenge we need to address now, before quantum computers become powerful enough to exploit these vulnerabilities.
It's a race against time. But it's also an incredibly exciting time to be alive. We're witnessing a technological revolution that will reshape the world as we know it.
I couldn't agree more. And understanding these emerging technologies is crucial for navigating this uncharted territory.
Well said. This deep dive has been an eye-opening journey into the world of quantum computing, cryptocurrency, and the quest for quantum resistance. I hope our listeners feel empowered to continue their own exploration of this fascinating and rapidly evolving field.
Well, it's been a pleasure sharing these insights with you and your audience.
Thank you for joining us on this deep dive. Do you have any topic you'd like to have explained? Drop it in the comments.